You are now entering the danger zone with the Monday
All
Night
right.
Crew.
Let's get it.
Let's get into this social news. All right, man. So, if you do live under a rock, we are here to inform you. If you do not live under a rock, man, B.Simone and her best friend recently shot a podcast. I believe in her platform. And her best friend spoke about things of when she was struggling and what it was like to witness B.Simone give money to others and kind of figure out, what her journey would look like while being friends with a celebrity. So I send it in the chat. I know most of us have probably seen it. So the conversation right now is: do y'all think it's a bad reflection on B.Simone the person, B.Simone the celebrity, on how friends operate, or just what's your overall thoughts? I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna go to a lady first, man. I feel like we can't comment on B.Simone as men first. So, Miss Brittany, let's give your thoughts first, and then we'll go from there.
All right, so I have been a B.Simone fan for a very, 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 very long time.
Damn.
Okay. I was actually very eager. I met her down in the Miami Improv once when she was doing that boyfriend thing or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Watching her kind of transition into celebrity, like a real celebrity over time, it hurt my heart so much because I had to remove myself from a lot of things. Why? Because I feel like what the question that you're asking about her and this whole friendship thing is one of the many things that she's done in the past few years that just like shows her true character. I'm sorry, but I just feel like she has so many demons that she is fighting and battling within herself, and it is literally pouring onto everything that she touches, from her business to her friends to whatever. Sis genuinely called her, had some great news to share, and she took that away from her and then tried to backpedal on the podcast talking about, oh, well, I wasn't jealous. I wouldn't call that jealous. I was just angry and sad. Well, exactly are you angry and sad about? Oh, I wanted to do it together. Okay. So that means that like if I can't materialize off of something we're doing together or something that is better for me, to put me in a space and I can't be happy for my friends, that's like strike 575 for me. She has shown her hand time and time again. People are like, oh, B.Simone the celebrity. No, it's her as a person that just needs to get it together. I'm not here for it. She has lost me as a fan completely. I'm disappointed, honestly.
Interesting. Okay. So I agree with you, Brittany. I just think, the writing was on the wall. I think B.Simone has never showed up as anybody other than what we saw. You know what I mean? I think the thing she went through allowed us to see it, but like she always came off that way. It always like was an opportunist to me. You know what I'm saying? And I think the more glaring point to me was, well, I don't know the way they went about Jackie O's death. And the way she was kind of like trying to monetize off somebody else's passing and somebody else's trauma.
What happened?
Like, she tried to stream the funeral, but like told people they had to pay her if they wanted her to stream it.
Oh, no.
And watch and join her close friends to watch her mourn through like the whole entire death and the whole entire.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I'm like, I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna try to keep it cool, but like I judge the people that stay around after they saw that.
Yeah,
like how you see somebody move like that, and then now, oh no, I'm not on this, I'm not on that. And then specific to what we're talking about now, that's not how you move with any type of best friend. And for you to allow that to be recorded, your person to edit it, and you to clear it is even worse than her getting up there saying it. Like that's even worse than what she felt. And you like, Jesus, what best friend know you ain't going through that? You know what I'm saying? Like you acting surprised, so that makes it even worse. Hey, look,
Jesus,
yeah, bro, like yeah. But King David, what's your thoughts, bro? What you got on it?
Jesus. Well, I'm gonna tell you what I think. These jokers, man, everybody be seeking attention, but it could be a lot of factors. You know what I'm saying? A lot can play into what, you know what I mean. But man, if that's your best friend, best friend is up here, man. So I'm gonna know without you even telling me if you need help. You ain't gonna have to tell me nothing. I'm gonna already know what's up, and I'm gonna, do what I can, Lord's will. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a thing that you ain't gonna have to ask. Her best friend, she couldn't wait to get on the show to tell her that, and she told her that on the show. Yeah, honey, I saw you get that check, and I ain't get nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's and hey, and she's Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like she felt that just like we felt it when we watched it. Oh yeah, her ears and whole face was just. That's why she wanted to get all emotional and talk about her. And a hit dog will holler more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, I don't. It's foul to me. Because that's your best friend. That's like me and Lou. You know what I'm saying? Like man, we boys, and if I know something's up. And I'm in a position where I can help you, bro. And if I don't do nothing, dang, man. You know what I'm saying? And likewise, you know what I mean?
You don't think that tie into like how guys are versus how women are when it comes
Mm.
down to friendship? Like, whoa, my bad, Asia. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, Asia. Okay, I'm gonna ask you then. Asia, you don't feel like that ties into how guys are and how women are? Yeah, how guys are women are when it comes to friendship?
I made that face only because I do think that when you have a genuine friend, like a genuine like sisterhood, if I
Mm-hmm.
have it, Britt has it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question about it. It's not even like a sis can I have or whatever the case may be. If I
All right.
see, if I hear that my sister is going through something, I'm gonna show up for her. However, she needs me to show up for her, and in the capacity that I have it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it is emotional support, I have it with emotional support. If it's a financial something, she will have that as well, right? If I have it to give. And if I don't have it to give financially, you better believe I'm showing up emotionally. Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my friends and the people that are connected to me will never be bankrupt regarding like, especially emotionally, or just
Mm-hmm.
having that connection. I think that it's like I have so many thoughts on this.
Let them
I
fly.
I I have a thing. Hmm, I don't always
Mm.
appreciate the lack of fruit that B.Simone has versus what she claims to be.
Mm.
I have a
Mm-hmm.
very, very hard time with that because it is scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not just in one arena, it's in multiple arenas,
Yep.
right? So it's financial when she was on YouTube and she was like her race to become a millionaire, right? And then she
Mm-hmm.
wanted to become an author. And then we found out that she was plagiarizing folks' stuff, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
it went from her, this is not her first scandal or her first conversation with a best friend, right? And so like it is even within her weight loss journey. First it was there were supplements that she was taking and then she was doing it all on her own. And so for me it comes off as the fruit is just not lining up. It to me it's just not lining up. You can't be trusted for me, right? I think I can watch on entertainment basis, but if it's for something, and I do think that she folks do relate to her in some ways, but even when she talked about not feeling jealous, right? Because what she meant to say was she was not envious, right? Because envy is about desiring what somebody else has. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But jealousy though is a perceived threat to a relationship or a possession. That is
Come on now.
exactly what she described,
Mm.
right? And so for me it's just her, yeah, I have a lot of issues because I can't tell who her authentic self is. And I get it because people are on the journey to finding it, but I would rather that be said.
Mm.
Asia, how do you say you don't like somebody outside of how you just said it?
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Because I do understand the concept, right, of people showcasing their journeys, especially on social media, right? And so I can only judge her by her fruit. I don't think it's authentic fruit. I think it's sour and all the other things, but I cannot say that I don't like her as a person. I don't like who she perceives to be in various aspects
Yeah.
of her social media self. That's what I can say.
Jay, what's your thoughts, brother?
Um, I mean, I think she showed us who she is, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, when it comes to showing up for her friends and dealing in those type of environments, I think she's letting everybody know, whether it's like verbal, nonverbal, she's letting everybody know, like, I'm gonna choose me no matter what
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
situation. right? And I don't think she may, as you might be right, she may not have the capacity to show up as that type of friend, right? Because she hasn't went down that lane to figure out, hey, this is what I need to work on myself or whatever. But what I see right now is like, hey, I'm gonna monetize and do whatever I have to do to push me forward. And whatever it takes, I'll step on whoever I need to. And yeah, I can't rock with that.
And I think another thing from it for me, bro, is like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but like right after that came out, they dropped a new show with her and the best friend on it, saying new show coming soon. So it's like, back to Asia's point, how do you really sit and comment? How do you sit and comment on? Excuse me, how do you sit and let your friend make that comment in order to pour over into who, you know, another show? Like, come on, man. Go ahead, bro.
I think you're supposed to play off the scandal, though. If that's your job, entertainment, I think you play up the scandal, right? And as to launch another platform, I think that's typical of most people. I do want to take a different approach to this conversation, if I may.
Okay, brother Louis B. Go ahead.
I do agree with the friend thing, and to help your friend, but I'd also say you do not cast your pearls into the swine. You know, since we got King David on here, you know, we're gonna make a reference.
So I can give us verse of scripture. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, you know what I mean? You know, but I think
Chapter and verse.
you also you gotta. I believe in helping her friend. I think the context of it probably is important because you didn't really get a lot of context. You just got the story, but you didn't hear the decisions that maybe led her to be in that position. Mm-hmm. And maybe the time she maybe helped her on her way up before, right? It's just in this moment, it was a choice, you know, to not help her. So I think, you know, context matters in those situations. I don't think it's just a blanket statement to say, hey, if I have my friend and they're struggling, I'm not going to help out. Like maybe they did, maybe they saw a string of bad decisions that they made, and like, hey, you know, instead of being an enabler, I'm gonna give you emotional deposits, but I'm also going to give you some accountability with it as well.
But then how do you get upset? But then why do you get upset when I say, hey sis, I made it. I pulled myself up by the bootstraps, and then you say, okay, I'm mad.
I'm compartmentalizing that conversation there. The other stuff is inexcusable, right? I think it's a reflection of self, and I think B.Simone is like, hey, I'm supposed to be the star. Like, and if you get here, you're supposed to get here off my back, right? Hence the new show.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna get into that. Sensei said we do not know her as a person other than golf. What we see, but once you see how someone shows their true selves, do not act blind. I'm saying this, bro. Even if she's not all the things we think about, she's shown up as too many different things in order for us to trust her, even if it's not the thing that we're seeing right now. And I think the only thing about B.Simone, and I haven't been a super big fan, but I think some of the spaces that I research, I see her a lot, so I kind of have been able to see her progression. She typically takes what I've seen. She kind of takes on the persona of the people around her. You know what I mean? And like when her and I don't want to. Is it Megan Ashley?
Megan, for the podcast.
Yeah,
the last chick.
Yeah, before this one. So like, even if you go back to Pretty V was doing her thing. They were doing it. They got to acting like the dynamic duo. You don't see them together. Like you see them together, but you don't see them together like that. Megan Ashley, the same exact vibe that she's going for, but like, because I do consider myself, you know, very spiritual, into God, believer. I'm a Christian. Like, you can't go and be all that you were saying on that, and then the second that end, you all this over here, and now you back to that now. Just even if she's not any of these things, Lewis, I'm not deeming her one thing, but she showed up in so many different indie spaces, bro. Which one we gonna trust?
I like her with the short booty shorts on and the jacket at church.
Here we go. Here we go. Nah, she could put sweatpants on. Any last thoughts on B.Simone, y'all?
Let me add it in real quick.
Go ahead, brother.
I think showing environment multiple people, you don't really know who you are. Like, or what? Let me take it back. You know who you are, but you feel like you have to show up as those people to survive in those environments because you don't yourself is enough in every environment. And I think she's kind of dealing with that right? Because you're right. We witness her in different environments, and we're just like, yo, who, like, what we, who are you right now? I think he doesn't really know who the core B.
Because she spends too much time, like all of y'all have said, trying to fit in. If you really, I'm really truly a B.Simone fan. Like if you listen to Jordan, her sister, kind of talk about their upbringing and her own struggles, she remains the same in everything situation that she does. And she even constantly pulls away from her sister from time and time again, like, yo, that's not with that. That's not who you are. So let me backpedal and live in my truth and what I'm facing. She doesn't change because she knows whatever her and her sister might have gone through or didn't go through growing up to become where they are. I think B.Simone spends so much time trying to fit a narrative in a specific room instead of focusing on who she is. If you're going to be a comedian, be a comedian. If you're going to be an actress, be an actress. You can do both simultaneously, but be yourself when you do it. You don't have to do it like the next person in the same room as you, but also in a way that like I have to be better. I think that's her mentality is I have to be better instead of I have to be this thing. Like get to the thing first before you try and be better. That's where you fail because you're always trying to outdo somebody. You find yourself stealing stuff. You find yourself like going outside of your norm and trying to conform to other stuff. When if you were just yourself, you will be given the thing that you want, and then you can perfect that thing and gradually grow to where you need to be. I think that's her struggle. Sis needs to hire a better therapist. The therapist not working. Whichever one she
Brittany,
has.
you available?
I'm not available. I'm booked. Asia might be available.
Asia?
No, I have a prayer, and that's about it. I got for her. That's it.
No, that's right.
I just hope they figure it out. Any more thoughts on B.Simone? But we not wish you nothing bad, B.Simone, nothing but the best. Just tighten up, man. Tighten up. All right. So earlier this